They say Route 191 in Arizona is cursed. A stretch of black asphalt cutting through the desert that locals call the Devil's Highway. I never believed in ghost stories until the night I drove it. It was almost midnight when I left Flagstaff with a cargo of auto parts racing against time to meet a morning delivery. My dispatcher warned me to avoid that road after dark, but I laughed it off, thinking it was just another old trucker myth. The night was quiet and heavy with fog when I stopped for gas at a small, flickering station marked last stop before Route 191. Inside, the old attendant gave me a look I'll never forget. "You driving that road tonight?" he asked. When I nodded, his wrinkled hand trembled slightly. "Then may God have mercy on you. Folks say it ain't the living who drive there after midnight." I chuckled, paid, and left. But as I pulled out, I saw him in the mirror making the sign of the cross. The further I drove, the more the world seemed to fade. My GPS went blank, the radio turned to static, and the air filled with the stench of burning rubber. That's when I saw her, a woman in white standing in the center of the road. I slammed my brakes hard, heart pounding. But when the truck stopped, she was gone. Only the echo of distant crying drifted through the fog. I told myself it was my mind playing tricks. A few miles later, a hitchhiker appeared out of the mist, a man in a flannel jacket and cap. I pulled over, offered him a ride. He climbed in silently, his eyes hidden beneath his hat. After a few miles, he finally spoke, his voice hollow. "You shouldn't have stopped here," he said. "This road doesn't like strangers." I turned to ask what he meant, but the seat beside me was empty. The door hadn't opened. My hands shook on the wheel as I drove faster. Then my radio came to life again, this time with a woman's whisper breaking through the static. "Turn back before he finds you." My breath caught. "Who's there?" I shouted. The reply came deep and inhuman. "Too late." My headlights flickered as the truck roared forward on its own, steering itself. Out of the fog, I saw dozens of headlights ahead, trucks moving in a slow convoy. But as I approached, I realized they weren't real. Their lights burned dimly, flickering like candles, and inside each cabin sat the skeleton of a driver, hands still gripping the wheel. One windshield had words scratched into the glass: "Welcome to the highway of the dead." My truck sputtered, the fuel gauge suddenly dropping to zero. The lights died, leaving me stranded in utter silence. I stepped outside, the night air thick and still. Then came a low growl, the sound of an engine somewhere in the darkness. Out of nowhere, a massive black semi roared toward me, its horn screaming like a dying animal. I leapt aside as it tore past, vanishing into thin air, leaving behind glowing tire marks burned into the asphalt. I ran until I reached a decaying motel by the roadside. Inside, dust covered everything, but what froze my blood was the calendar behind the counter. October 26th, 1987, and a yellowed newspaper lying nearby carried the headline, "13 truckers die in Route 191 collision. Driver Mark Thompson blamed." My name is Mark Thompson. My photo was right there on the front page. I stumbled outside in shock, my heart hammering, and that's when I saw them. A line of trucks idling in the fog, stretching endlessly down the road. In each driver's seat sat a version of me, pale and dead-eyed, staring back with the same blank expression. A whisper filled the air, coming from everywhere and nowhere. "Welcome home, Mark." I tried to run, but the fog swallowed me whole. When I opened my eyes again, I was back behind the wheel. The clock read 11:47 p.m., the same time I'd left Flagstaff, the same stretch of road, the same static hum on the radio. And then I heard it again, the old man's voice clear as day. "You'll regret it. Folks say the road belongs to someone or something." My hands were gripping the wheel, my foot pressing the gas, and through the mist, Route 191 stretched out before me, endless and silent. I was still driving, still trapped, still haunted. If you ever find yourself in Arizona and see a road sign marked Route 191, don't take it, because once you do, you might never stop driving.